Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl.social here again, and this is Mrs. Leper's series. If you're just meeting me for the very first time, you're highly welcome to take a seat and be part of this community. And all my older returning subscribers, you guys know that you're the reason why we do this all the time. Thank you so much. The love is massive and I know that. So, how many of us have seen this video of 4 Nigerian carers that were jailed in the UK because of their misconduct while on duty? I know you must have seen the video. The purpose of this video is to address this issue that happened based on my experience and to also warn a lot of us, most especially those of us that are new into care. You know that when you see things like this, you'll be like, oh my God, these people are so wicked. How did they do this kind of thing? Hey, God forbid, I can never be the one, my dear. Before you say I can never be the one, sit down and listen to this video and learn and pick out points from the points I'm going to be raising in this video so that you don't find yourself in that situation. I've said it before in one of my videos that you see care work, you see jail, they are 5 and 6 like this. Don't even say, oh, it can never be me. These people did that, they must have did something to deserve. Care work and jail, it's like 5 and 6. Care work is not as easy as a lot of people think it is. The only thing easy in care work is the process of getting your visa, getting the job, and then coming to the UK to do the work. The work itself, jail and care work, 5 and 6, ask anybody. Now, why do I say this? I have been a carer. I have worked in a care home and still working. I know things that happen and then we think it's normal. You see that time when you just resume work and then you notice that there's this particular resident in this particular care home. Maybe you go to different care homes or you work in domiciliary or you work for a particular care home, whatever your situation is. You notice that there's this particular resident that everybody just thinks that she disturbs a lot. Everybody just thinks that she talks too much. People are always, once you come, one care will tell you, don't mind her, that's how she disturbs. Don't mind her, that's how she talks. When you go to attend to her, just do quick and come out. If not, she'll just hold you there. My dear, don't always assume that those things are normal. Don't always assume that management is aware. Management might not be aware. It might just be a team thingy. It might just be how these carers just label this particular resident and then the additional this treatment to this particular resident. Please take it up. Report it to your line manager, to your senior, to your team lead, just in case they are not aware. And if this particular resident, because most of the time they will always have that one person they complain to, oh, I don't like the way I'm being neglected, oh, I keep on ringing the bell and nobody is always coming to me, I'm always the last person to get my lunch, I'm always this. Tell them that don't worry about it, I'm going to be speaking to my senior about this and I will make sure to see that she does something about it. I promise you I'll take care of it. Promise her that, give her that assurance, and when you give that assurance, follow up with that senior. Even if you have told that team lead, that senior, depending on the structure of your own organization, it could be that you're reporting to the manager or directly, or to a team lead, or to a senior who will now report. No matter whatever the structure of your organization, please speak up. Don't assume that it's normal. Don't join the league because you came new. They say when you go to Rome, you do like the Romans. Don't assume that, oh, because everybody is giving this lady this treatment, let me join them and be giving her this. If you watch that video very well, you will notice that that is what happened in that video. Because there is no way 4 carers will be taking care of a person and such a thing, such incident happened and nobody has ever raised concern or has ever reported it, and 4 of them were held liable. It's because it's a team thing, like it's a norm. Everybody just feels comfortable. Once, you know, there's always that one bad egg that spoils the rest of the new ones that come in. They will make you believe that this lady, I guess she's just like that. That is just how she is. You now feel like, oh, that's how everybody treats her, so it's okay. My dear, it's not okay. Mention it to your superior, mention it to your upline and to your manager, to your team leader, whoever it is, and always go back to follow up with them. When you are mentioning it, don't just say it because it's your duty to take calls that you should speak up so that when the time comes, nobody will say that you do not say. Say it out of concern and be sure to follow up to make sure that this issue is tackled. When you tell your superior or your upliner, let her know that you already assured this resident that she is going to handle it and you believe that she will do something about it. You come to work the next time and you still go and ask her that, please, I want to know, is everything okay now? and she said, no, they still do not do this, they do not. Go back to that senior and go and tell the senior, she's still complaining. I hope something has been done regarding this issue. From the last time we spoke, I still spoke with her and she's still not satisfied. Please, in case you forgot, she would speak with her other team leads, because usually for each shift there's a team lead. So if this thing is happening only in your shift, or it's happening with people in other shifts, she will speak with the other team leads, who will now address the individual carers in their shifts, and they will talk about it. And when they are talking about it, usually managers are usually there in such meetings. So there is no way you will keep quiet about it. Keep following up with them so that they will know that you are interested in this issue. Anybody that you come today to report a problem to, and then the person did not do anything, and you come the next day to remind the person, this person will know that you are not the kind of person that will just ignore. That if she doesn't do anything about it, you are going to go ahead to escalate it to another authority, to an upper authority, management or something. She will do something about it, trust me. Okay, so let's not assume. That is one thing, assumption. Another thing I'm going to be telling us is, when you come to these care homes, care residence home, domiciliary care home or anything, always read care plans. I know that my brothers and my sisters, we in Africa, they said if you want to hide something from an African man, put it in a book. We don't read. We always assume that we know. You bought an appliance, maybe you bought a blender, there's a manual attached to that blender. Who reads manual? How many people will buy a new blender and go and be reading manual, or buy a new vacuum cleaner, except something they don't know how to use? If they know how to use that thing, they assume that is it not blender, they was on it and done it. Nobody reads manual. These care plans are like manuals to show you how to operate, how to attend, how to give quality care to these individuals, because assumption is the highest thing that will kill your career as a carer. Assumption, it is very, very bad. You always assume, oh, I've been a carer for the past 3 months in the UK. I've been a carer for the past 6 months. I already know these things. Is it not just to carry the person, moving and handling? I've done the training, carry the person, go to the bathroom, give them personal care, come out and dress them up. Don't assume you know each individual until you read their care plan. They are different in unique ways. Totally different in unique ways. You must take your time to read their care plans. I understand that this individual that we are caught in this malpractice, in their mind, they are trying to help her. They are trying to care for her. They are trying to get personal care, hygiene. You can't allow her be walking around with pad now for a whole day without changing. You can't allow her to do this. Her hygiene matters, her personal. Yes, your reason is valid. Your intention is genuine, but how you handle it. If you are conversant with her care plan, you would have seen that, because for each shift, carers on each shift will always document. They will always put down the experiences. I don't know if it's like this in other care homes, but in the care home where I worked, they make sure that you dot all the T's, you cross all the T's, and dot all the I's. In your shift, you must say, if you came came in the morning to wake that resident up, and the resident doesn't feel like talking to anybody, she's grooming, you will document it in your care chart. That how was her mood this morning? You say if she was smiley, if she's just happy, if she's just grooming, or if she's unhappy. You will document it. If she's not her usual self, you will document it. You brought her breakfast and she declined, you will document it. So each person that comes to take care of her in subsequent shifts will now see that this is how her morning usually is. So because she's not that happy person in the morning, maybe we should leave her. It's not a must that you wake up in the morning because you are giving every other person personal care in the morning. It's not a must you wake up this particular resident to give them personal care. If morning is not a morning for them, if they prefer to, they are more bubbling, happy in the afternoon, shift it to afternoon. Yes, nothing wrong with that. Leave her until afternoon. And if you notice that it's something that lasts longer than just a time in the day, maybe it lasts the whole day, there must be that one individual they are comfortable with. Be it a carer, be it a senior carer, be it a team leader, or be it their family, their children, their grandchildren. There must be that one person that they are comfortable with, that can come anytime and attend to them. Can you please table this concern to this person to come in and help? Don't just force it. Duty of care, safeguarding. Do not take it for granted. Do you people even know that even when you report these things to your managers and you feel that you've spoken about this thing long enough to the managers and nothing is being done about it, do you even know that there is something called institutional abuse and neglect? It's possible that management doesn't really care. They are not really doing anything tangible, like something you can practical enough to make this individual more comfortable or more happy staying with them. There's something called institutional abuse. Let's not forget that. Yeah, I know that your loyalty, you might feel your loyalty lies with this care home. They are the ones that give you your COS for you to come. If anything happens, you will lose your job. But then your duty of care to this individual is number one. Don't put anything in front of it except you don't know your job as a carer. Once you have decided that I'm going to be a carer, you owe this individual a duty of care, safeguarding. That is why I told you people that care, jail, 1 and 5 and 6. You owe this individual. So no matter what your personal interest, there shouldn't be any conflict of interest. There shouldn't be anything like, oh, this individual, this girl will give me my COS, so I don't want to say anything that will cost me my job. That is conflict of interest. Your duty of care should be forefront in whatever you are doing. Individual, making sure that this individual is in safe hands, safeguarding. So even if there is institutional abuse, your institution, the care home or the agency you're working for are the ones that are neglecting the needs of this resident. These people have medical teams, legal teams that visit them. Like I said, I will always talk with regards to where I have worked. I don't know if it's like that. I'm sure it's like that because Care Quality Commission regulates all these activities. So if it's like that in this care home, it should be like that in every other care home. They have legal teams that come visiting to come and ask the individual, how are you? Are you happy being here? Do you have any concern? You know, even you, the carer, you will be there most times when they come to visit your clients. If you have any concern at all, you can, let them know. I don't think she's really happy. I think her care plan should be reassessed. Let us know, a better way to, meet up with her needs. I think by the time you say something like that, without necessarily saying, hey, if you see what they do to them here, they neglect them, or they do it, without necessarily, you can just chip it in. Even when you want to be anonymous, they will make you anonymous, but at least you have raised a concern that they are going to look into. That is your duty of care to this resident. You owe it to them. Safeguarding. Don't joke with safeguarding. Don't assume that you know it. It will put you in trouble. Always read their care plans. Always make sure that you understand this individual's need. And once you understand that no two people are the same, that in your career as a carer, you are one step ahead. Now, let me tell you people what happened. One lady went to give care to a client. I think it was a domiciliary setting. So, assumption, she just came. And you know that even if it's not a domiciliary setting, maybe it's a care home, most of the time when you come new, you're going to shadow. Yeah, it's normal. One person will be assigned to you who will train you, you walk around, you're not doing anything, you're shadowing, they call it shadowing. So you see how things are being done. That is your time to ask questions. But some of us, no, we don't ask questions. We just assume that we know it. Some people say when they are shadowing, that is the time for them to be gisting. Hey, you don't even know, which country are you coming from? Oh, how many kids do you have? Oh, are your family, they are here with you? Oh, really? That is the time for chit chat. Instead of you to be asking questions, I noticed that this lady, you just did this with her when you were brushing her teeth. You first of all did this. Why did you do it? Why did you do this? Why did you ask questions so that they will tell you and then read their care plans? No, most of us, we don't ask. You assume when it's now your turn, you are finished shadowing, they will now give you work PPE. Go and give personal care. Hey, you carry your buckets, you carry your things and assume that we have landed, we have started work. You now go and do the one they did not send you. This particular lady came to give personal care to a client. Unfortunately, apparently, this client in her care plan is stated that when you're giving her a shower, do not pour water on her face. Preferably wash her. She likes to be washed. Difference between shower and washing is, shower is when you use your hose, your tap or your shower to pour water on somebody, you're bathing them. Washing is when you just use towel, napkin, dip it in water, scrub their body, clean them up, rinse it, clean them up. That is the difference. So this particular lady, she went to this client's care plan. You're not supposed to pour water on her face when you're bathing her. If you can give her a wash, better. But if you must give her a shower, please don't pour water on her face. But this our auntie, our sister, did not know about it. She went in and then she started bathing this client, showering her, and she poured water on her face. And of course, when she's pouring the water, the client will be screaming, no, 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 because she thought that, you knew, I don't want water. And you know, when they are saying they don't want, sometimes we misunderstand dementia, that they are confused state with what they really do not like. She might be saying, no, 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 you think it's the normal, no, no, because most of the people with dementia, when you come to give them shower or you come to, they will not just oblige and follow you and enter the shower, and then you bath them and then you come out. Most of the time they will resist. Try to convince them, you try to put them in the mood. It's not just when you come, hey, hello, I have come to give you personal care. The person say, oh, I'm here, I'm all yours. Sometimes they will resist. Sometimes they'll say, no, I don't want. They will abuse you. They will even call you bitch. Some of them can be very, very, some of them, they will tell you, yeah, it's stupid. Come on, get out from my room. You know, you try to convince them, you know. So this lady, when apparently she's bathing, you try to convince them, you know, you're not looking beautiful. Your granddaughter is actually coming. Have you forgotten you have a flight by 10? Especially if it's those ones that you know that when they are confused, they start telling you they want to go home. They will say, no, I don't want to bath. I want to go home. I want to go home. Then, yes, come and bath. Your flight is 10 o'clock. You need to dress up so that you don't miss your flight. She'll tell you, really? Her flight is 10 o'clock. You say, yes. You take her to the bathroom and bath her. Trust me, after the bathing and you give her breakfast, she will even forget that she once told you that she wants to go home, because the confusion comes in phases. Okay, so apparently when she's bathing this lady, or maybe when she poured water on her, the lady must have screamed, no, 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 I don't want water. She will assume that is their normal way of saying they don't want. She will force her or something. And after bathing the lady, dressed her, finished her job and went home. Do you know that this lady developed complication? She developed complications. Do you know what happened? Police came knocking on her door. They came at her door and they took her. So care work and jail, see, 5 and 6. So before you relax in your comfort zone and say, oh, what these people did is so bad. I can't do such a thing. I will never be caught in such a situation. My dear, assess yourself. Assess the kind of care you give. If you know that you did not do, manual handling training, let your employer know that you don't know manual handling, so that they will teach you. You see the way they were raising up her leg to clean her, so totally wrong. Even the way you lift somebody from a chair, in manual handling, you understand that the way you know how to do it is wrong. Even the way you support them when you're working with them, in manual handling, you will learn that the way you support them in working with them is wrong, except when you have had that training. If you don't have that training, please let your employer know that you don't have that training, because don't assume that if anything happens, they will say they will hold you liable. You are the first point of contact. They will hold you liable before you now come and explain that your employer did not teach you. They will hold you first of all. You will go in for it. Or maybe you came to give personal care to a client. You should know that over here, you don't just give. I remember, like, back home, you know, taking care of my aged grandmother and all the things we did with Red Cross. Sometimes medication administration, we don't know that it's different from administering medication and helping with medication. You carry medication, you know you're not licensed, you're not a senior carer. You now want to give them, you are helping them as a good person on your bioma that you are. You know, I open your mouth, you put, you can drink water, you put. If they catch you, you will go in for it, because you're not licensed. You don't have that certificate to administer medication. The much you can do is to help them, support them with taking their medication. You've brought out the medication, put it in their hand. They will take it with their own hands. Their own hand that Jesus gave them. You can only support them. Even if it means holding her hand like this and putting it in her mouth, that is support. You wait for her to take her medication. You give her water to help her swallow her medication. That is helping with medication. Is different from administering medication, when you can put that medication in. If you're not licensed to do that, you will go in for it. So don't always just say, I can never be caught doing this. Safeguarding as little things that you don't even know that they matter. Safeguarding issues is not all about abuse. Is not all about when you hijack somebody's leg, you force her, or like what these people were doing in that video. Abuse is in so many forms. For the purpose of this video, I'm not here to give classes on how to be a good carer and all that. I'm just here to point out to us that before we sit down in the comfort of our home and judge these people and say to fear, it can never be us, what they did is very bad. Make sure that you understand your duty as a carer, so that it will not be you tomorrow. That is just the message I have come to convey to all of us in this video. Learn from their mistakes, reassess your own situation, and know where you are not doing it right. And my dear, sit up. If not, if anything happens, you will go in for it. It's not like every other job. You know, when you are doing a lot of job, maybe as an accountant, and you're balancing your sheets and your books are not balancing, you go home now. When you come back tomorrow, you start from where you stop. You start tracing back, you start reconciling to know why this book is not balancing. Nobody will take you to jail because the book did not balance. But when it comes to caring, somebody's life is at risk. They don't joke with mistakes. They don't take mistakes. Mistakes are almost not allowed. Highly, it's not allowed. You can't be making mistakes. You are supposed to be competent. And if you're not competent, go and get the relevant training. Your mind is supposed to stay ground. You're supposed to be competent. If not, you will go in for it. Nobody will take that excuse of, I wasn't told, I'm not aware, because you are supposed to be aware. Are you understanding what I'm saying, sisters, brothers? So please, let us all learn. The first thing you will do now, which most of us we don't do, when you go back to that your office, pick up that phone, that device, where you have each of your resident care plan. Sit down during your break time, or when you are free. You know, there's always that rush hour, maybe during breakfast, when you're, and there's tea break, when people are just in the lounge having their tea. Take that time and study their care plans, in case you've not. And even if you had before, it's always updated. It's always updated. Take that plan and see, oh, this man that is in room 8, let me even see how her last week was. People that took care, maybe you were not the one that took care of her last week. Let me even see her last week chart, to know the kind of week she had previously. You go through her chart. That is where you will see, last week was she sick, last week was she moody, was she happy, was she not herself. That is where you see if there is any changes. Don't just assume that because you read it now when you started work, it's always the same. It changes. It can change. Maybe this person was sick the previous week, and then they went to the hospital and discovered that they should no longer be giving her sugar. Yeah, that is a new discovery. It will be in her care plan. And because you've assumed that since you started work here, she's always have her tea with a spoon of sugar, so anytime you're giving her tea, you still add your spoon of sugar. But you've not read her care plan as at today to find out that they said no more sugar for her, no sugar for her. It is in her care plan that you find that nobody will come and tell you. And that is one thing with all these carers in care home. Everybody is busy. Nobody will come and sit you down and start telling you, oh, did you know that, ma'am, they now said you should not be given, except maybe somebody see you making tea for her and you're putting sugar, and the person say, is this for so person? You say, no more sugar. If you are lucky, if you're not lucky and nobody found you, you carry tea and go and give her, and then there's sugar inside it. If there's any problem, they will trace it back to when she started consuming that, and they will catch you. You'll be the one to go in for it. Even if that happened 2 months ago, and they did medical checks and they found out that it started, they will trace it back to which carer was on duty as at that 2 months ago. They will trace it down to you and they will come and catch you. So please, let us all be careful, especially most of us from Africa, who we know that reading manual to us is not a custom. Like you just assume now, you buy your thing, you start using, who have time to go and be reading manual? Please, when it comes to human beings, you must read their manual. You must read their care plans. So guys, please, let us all sit up. Let us all be guided. Let us all save ourselves this disgrace of going to jail, leaving your children behind for who to take care of them, and then you go in for something that is avoidable because you came to help, and then you go in for it. Please, let us all be guided. I'm pleading with you guys in this video. Let us all be guided. If you don't know how to do it, please, today, go and learn and start learning. Tell your management, tell whoever is in charge of your department that, please, I want to learn this. I want to know more about this. They will teach you. They are ready. If only you can admit that you don't know how to do it, they will teach you. Okay, so guys, I don't want this video to be so long, because if we keep on talking, everything that is, it's not even one video. It's not going to be a one video speech. So I don't want this video to be so long. I believe that by now we must have gotten the message. If you've watched up to this length and you enjoyed what we discussed in this video, please don't forget to leave your comments. Don't forget to engage. Don't forget to like this video so that you too will see the value in it and spread it, like recommend it to as many users as possible who will find this information very useful. Okay, and if you've not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. and be part of this amazing community. I'll see you guys in my next video where we'll still be keeping it real. And until then, you do take care of yourself, love yourself, and always be positive. Okay? Bye-bye.